Yo, we're going to talk about the build today that you guys have been wanting, the MK47. We're going to talk about the best budget and the best meta build. Budget to meta, mutant time. Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Exfil and Hideout. My name is Ghost. If you guys have never been here before, I'm super excited you guys are here. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite guns to use, and not a shocker, one of everybody's favorite gun to use. It seems like lately, I have only been getting killed by the mutant, but there's a reason for that, and that's because the gun is very, very good. Before we get into the video, I stream every single day on Twitch, except for Sunday. I would love to have you guys by the stream, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. PST. So I would love to have you guys by the stream, grab some caffeine and come hang out. Other than that, if you guys find some value in today's video, make sure you smash the like button. It does go a long way for the channel. If you guys want to see more Tarkov content, there's over 100 videos on the channel to hopefully bring you guys some value so you can subscribe to the channel. You can always hit the bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. Okay, so first things first, let's get the air clear. I don't want this to be like a super clickbait video because I say we're going from budget to meta. I got to keep it real with you guys. We're pretty much going from budget meta kind of to meta. And the reason why I say that is because there is no budget version of this gun. You don't get it until skier level 4. It's over 100,000 rubles before you do anything to it. Now, is it amazing out of the box? Yes, it is. So you can technically run it for 100,000. I'm going to show you a little bit of better ways to add to it for the budget, but I just want to be very, very clear. You definitely need your traders up. So like max level traders, and you are going to want to have some money ready for this. Okay. Other than that, there will be timestamps. If you guys want to know a certain part about the build and you don't want to watch the whole thing, you can go straight down to the complete build and watch it from there. All right, now let's get into the build. So like I said at the beginning, you guys have probably been getting killed by 7.62 BP a lot lately. I really feel like that's one of the only things I get killed by. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of last wipe when I was getting killed by the Vector all the time. Like I'm like, dude, another Vector. It's very, very similar, but the gun is very, very good. It's already been nerfed twice, and this is still people's go-to gun right now. So first things first, this is the budget that we have, right? The budget meta. Then we have the two top meta builds, and I'm going to explain why you see some people running it this way, why some people run it this way, and which one might be better for you. We're going to take it into the hideout and use it so you guys can see how it functions. And I'm also going to give some talk about some of the other scopes that are worthy mentions for running this build. First things first, we are going to go over the budget build. Now, this build is pretty minimal in comparison to the other two. You do save a lot of money. I know some of the builds you're like, well, you're already spending so much. Are you actually saving anything? You might as well just go meta, but you actually save a good chunk of money running it like this, and it's still really good. We're at 74.5 ergo, which is wild, and 58 vertical recoil. Now I'm going to show you in the hideout 58 vertical recoil. I know it seems like it's a lot, but it really doesn't feel that way. I promise that these stats are kind of weird. They feel like they should be worse than they are. So first thing, where do you get the mutant from? You get it from skier level 4 for 104,709 rubles. Right after that, a bunch of these things actually come already on the gun. Like you get a little bit of extra ergo with the iron sights. It already comes with a really good pistol grip, some stuff like that. So the very first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna grab the SA, so Strike Industries Advanced Tube. Once we get the advanced buffer tube, that is going to be 11,693 rubles from Mechanic 4. That's going to give us a negative 4% vertical recoil and +2 on the ergonomics. After that, we are going to be grabbing the Magpul MOE carbine stock. You guys know we use this on a lot of things. It's just really, really good. And it's very cheap. It's only 64 USD from Peacekeeper 3 at negative 30% vertical recoil and +8 ergo. And then on top of that, we're going to be grabbing the rubber butt pad, which is 47 USD from Peacekeeper 3, giving us an extra negative 3% and an extra +2 ergo, leaving us at negative 33 and +10, which is really, really good for that combo. Right after that, one of the sights that got changed this wipe and is so much better than last wipe, still giving us the same stats, is the Axion Cobra. Now, the EKP, we're going to grab because it's cheap. It's not as cheap as it used to be, but it's still cheap, and it looks really good. This is going to be 15,260 rubles. We're going to get this from Propor 2. That's going to give us a -2 ergo. But when you add on the Cobra Shade, which we are going to grab from Propor 1 for only 109 rubles, which means it's pretty much free. Once we do that, it's a +3 ergo for this little piece, which makes the whole sight +1 ergo. Not losing ergonomics when you put on a sight just feels really good. Other than that, we are going to grab, you guys already know about this if you've watched some of the other builds, this is one of the best combos when you're running something loud, and that is the Lantec BMD combo. So very first, we are going to be grabbing the Lantec BMD thread adapter. That is going to be 34 USD from Peacekeeper 3, giving us -1% vertical recoil, -1 ergo. On top of that, we are going to be snagging the Lantec Dragon muzzle brake. The muzzle brake is going to be 164 USD from Peacekeeper 4, giving us a -15% vertical recoil and -2 ergo. And then lastly, on top of all of that, we are going to be grabbing the Lantec BMD blast mitigation device that goes surrounding it. And that is going to be 97 USD from Peacekeeper 3, giving us an extra 8% vertical recoil negative and -3 on the ergonomics. After that, very simple, we are going to be grabbing the Magpul M-Lock 4.1-inch rail. That's going to be 1,762 rubles from Mechanic 2. And then we are going to go with the one of the best, if not the best, budget foregrip, which is the Magpul RVG. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on this and using things that just aren't as good for more expensive. This is only 80 USD from Peacekeeper 3, giving us the -2% vertical recoil, which is cool for using it on guns like AKs and stuff, Mutant as well, and +7 on the ergonomics. That is the budget build. This is going to put us at 194,660 rubles. So essentially we're spending about an extra 85 to 90,000 for a couple extra pieces, but it makes it so good. We're sitting at a total of 74.5 ergo and 58 vertical recoil. So what we're going to do real quick is we are going to go ahead and take this into the hideout, show you what it's capable of, and then we will go on to the meta build. Totally forgot to go to edit preset so you guys could see it in there. I know that you guys like to look at it in there. This is the build right here. Okay. And let's take it into the hideout. Now, a lot of you are going to notice there is a lot of muzzle flash. All I have to say is if you run a loud M4, if you run a loud HK, if you run a loud SA58, if you run some of these other guns loud, you're going to be used to this. If not, you can always run a suppressor. It will cost extra. I think the lowest suppressor you can run, or like the cheapest, I should say, is about 40,000 USD, and the muzzle brake's about 5. So you add another 45,000 onto this and you can run it with a suppressor if you don't like it. But it's honestly not that bad once you get used to it. And this dot is very bright, so it helps. Look at this ergo though, dude. This is like, look at how snappy this thing is. It's crazy. This thing is wild. That did not feel like 58 vertical recoil. All right, we're gonna do it with no type of control at all, okay? So as you can see the difference, right? I was using recoil control right here. As you can see, the grouping is, oh, I don't have a flashlight on here. The grouping is pretty tight, as well as up here, very, very tight. And then right here, you can see we started here, dot right up here, and then it went all the way down, and then it stayed really tight. So it's very, very easy to control though. It's not like some of the AKs you guys have been using. So I really, really think that you guys are gonna find value in this build. So as we look at it one last time, I wanted to make sure that you guys know that you can use whatever sights you want. I know the sights are completely subjective. I think the EKP is a nice, cheap choice, and I pretty much put it on all of my budget builds just because it's +1 ergo, looks good, and it's very cheap. What I usually run, which I didn't have on here, and I apologize for that, is I usually run a blue laser on all of my cheap builds. It's a good laser. You get it from Skier. You guys can run whatever sight and light that you guys want, but it does take away 1, so it's 73.5, not 74.5. So I just wanted to make that note real quick. That way when you guys run it, you can see your numbers are a little bit different. I don't like to have in my builds no mag, no sight, no light, and try to make my build seem like it's way better than it actually is. So 73.5 and 58. In the meta build, this is mainly the one that I run. But there is also this build as well. Now I want to just show you guys these side by side before we get into the actual build so you can see the difference. So what you're doing right now is you're pretty much grabbing this handguard, okay, which I believe they're about the same price. And with this handguard and the CQR, first of all, it looks sick. It looks sick when you're holding it in game, which I do like. But you're sacrificing ergo for vertical recoil. You guys know how these builds work. Most of the time you're sacrificing for one or the other. You want the either higher ergo build and you're getting the lower vertical recoil build. Now, in my opinion, I think that it's not worth it. You're grabbing this handguard and you're grabbing this build. We're looking at 47 ergo and 55 vertical recoil. Over here, I'm getting 53. See how it's in the blue? It's a little bit better. You can always tell when it's like in the plus or minus. Here it's in the red. So we're sitting at 53 ergo in this build and 56 vertical recoil. So we're only losing 1 vertical recoil, but we're actually losing 6 ergo. So I just don't feel like that's a good trade. I know still some people run it. It's not a bad build. I mean, and we're really like getting to the min-max area of meta builds. Like, why don't you run this instead of this? And trying to like really get every single ounce out of it. I don't really care that much about it. Both of them feel really good. It's really kind of about preference. A lot of it is also about preference when it comes to how they look. But I will make another note. It is going to depend on the sight as well for your iron sights. These iron sights actually tend to flip up even though you have a sight on here. So this back one sits on the very top side of the delta point or any of the reflex sights. Now, if you have a hollow on, you're not going to notice it and it's going to be fine. But if you run a dot like this, I really like the delta of this wipe. I'm just giving you a heads up. You're probably going to end up taking these iron sights off. And if you do, you're going to lose another 2 ergo, which is going to put you at 45 instead of 53, making you 8 difference. So just keep that in mind. And we're going to go over this build. Okay. So this is the main build that I run. So this is the one that we're going to go over. First of all, we're going to buy the gun, same spot. If you guys are just tuning in the video and you used a timestamp, we're going to be grabbing the gun from Skier 4 for 104,709 rubles. You're definitely going to want max level traders to run this gun. It's a very expensive gun. And it's like 430,000, I think it was, with having lower traders. So even with max traders, it's still a very pricey gun. The budget one was 194,000. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to grab the narrow arms pistol grip for 135 USD from Peacekeeper 4, giving us the 15 plus ergo. Right after that, we're going to be upgrading our magazines to the Palm US AK-30s for 22 USD. Peacekeeper 3 gives us a little bit less of an ergo nerf, and so I really like running these. They have them in tan and silver. You can run them however you want. After that, we are going to be going to the Strike Industries Advanced Buffer Tube like we did on the other build for 11,693 rubles from Mechanic 4, giving us -4% vertical recoil and +2 ergo. After that, we're going to slap on the Magpul MOE carbine stock. I choose green. It's one of the cheaper ones, and it looks the sickest to me. This is going to give us, we're going to grab this for 64 USD from Peacekeeper 3 for the -30% vertical recoil and +8 ergo. On top of that, we're going to be grabbing the Magpul MOE rubber butt pad. This is going to give us the extra -3% vertical recoil and +2 on the ergonomics, and that is going to give us a total of -33 +10. On top of that, we are going to be running the longer barrel. That is pretty much the key to getting your vertical recoil down. Now, you do suffer the ergo nerf, just like you do with any long barrel, but if you want that nice meta vertical recoil to just be streamlined, you're going to be running the MK47 409 millimeter barrel. That's going to be 28,636 rubles from Mechanic 4 with a -4% vertical recoil and -19 ergo. After that, we are going to be going to the handguard. On the handguard, we are going to be running the AR-10 Lancer handguard. That is for 207 USD from Peacekeeper 4 with -1% vertical recoil and +10 ergo. On top of that, we are going to be running the 4.1 inch Magpul M-Lock rail or guide. And that is going to be 1,762 rubles from Mechanic 2. And then we're going to be running pretty much the Meta in-slot grip, which is the Fortis Shift Tactical Grip. That is going to be 159 USD from Peacekeeper 4 at -2% on the vertical recoil and +9 on the ergonomics. And then we are going to top it off with the best suppressor out right now, and that is the Thunder Beast muzzle brake first for 71 USD at Peacekeeper 3 for -9% vertical recoil and -1 on the ergonomics. It is not as quiet as the SDN, but still feels really good. And then we are going to grab the Thunder Beast Ultra 5 sound suppressor. That's going to be 90,000 USD. I'm sorry, 90,000 rubles on the flea market. Now this thing fluctuates like crazy. Sometimes you get it for 70,000. Sometimes I get it for 55,000. At the time of this video, I got it for 90,000. So it really depends, but I got it for 90,000 on the flea market, and it gives us the -13% vertical recoil and -23 on the ergonomics. If you guys haven't noticed, ever since the suppressors have been nerfed, pretty much all of them give you a fat hit to ergo. So anyways, that is going to be it on that. This is the META Mutant. This is what it looks like. We're sitting at 53.56. For the sights and lights, I have been really liking the Delta Point. It looks just very crispy to me. I do well with it. On top of that, we are running the Steiner D-Ball. I'm not putting these on here because I think that you guys can choose whatever you want. It's really subjective, whether you want to run a flashlight or a laser or whatever you guys want to run. This is what I run and I really like it. The other worthy mentions, if you guys haven't checked it out, are the Monstrum Compact. This thing, you guys, it has like the little reticle goes red instead of black. It's like the perfect length away. That 2x magnification just feels really good. I'll put it on in the hideout so you guys can see it. And then also for the long to close range combo, this is really good. The Bravo has felt better in my opinion than it's ever felt, and I put the Delta Point on top, and it's good. It's good. You guys definitely got to try the Bravo, especially if you're a fan of like the Voodoo and you've been using that, or the TAC 30. The Bravo is really good. I'm not a huge fan of the Hammer, but the Bravo is good. So I want to make sure that those are the worthy mentions. This is the gun. Let's look at it and edit preset real quick. Got it right here. And on this gun, we are looking at, after the stats, we are looking at 300. Gosh, dude, 325,630 rubles. I know some of the people in the comments are gonna be like, why would I ever spend that on a gun when I can buy an M4 for way cheaper? That's besides the point. This is a mutant build video. You shouldn't be here if you don't want to build a mutant. So they cost a lot, but they feel really good. All right, let's take it into the hideout. Let it see how she fires. Let's go ahead and put a compact in here so I can slap it on for you guys. Oops, what am I doing? All right, let's see. Only 53, dude. Look at this ergo. This thing is quick. All right, let me see if I could put this sight on real quick. Wrong one. That's a different build. Slap this on here. Go back into the hideout. Look at this. This magnification, dude, is so good. And then boom. Don't sleep on this sight, you guys. Don't sleep on this. And that is the META Mutant. Thank you guys for coming out for another build. That is going to wrap it up. If you guys got some value out of today's video, make sure you smash that like button. It does go a long way for the channel. If you guys want to see more builds, more Tarkov content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. You can always hit the bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. We have over 100 videos to hopefully bring you some value. Make sure you guys feel free to stop by the stream anytime. I stream every single day except for Sunday on Twitch, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. PST. Grab some caffeine and come have some fun. I hope you guys are very blessed. Hope you have an amazing day or night depending on where you're at in the world. I really hope that you enjoy this build, either one. Let me know which one you guys are choosing to use. Let me know down in the comments how it goes. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next one. Happy raids. Oops. What's up, boys?